If you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe, join our Telegram group where we dive deep into the future of finance, markets, and careers. And if you're serious about breaking into this world with real credentials, check out our NISM 10th A course to become a SEBI-registered investment advisor. Details are below in the description. Today we are doing a deep dive into the AI transformation of Indian IT companies. Not the PR version, but the truth behind the noise. Is this the next big wave, or are we watching legacy giants repainting their facades while the real disruption happens elsewhere? Let's unpack what's really happening and how investors should think about this space. Over the last 2 decades, Indian IT firms have done one thing exceptionally well: industrialize the delivery of technology services. TCS, Infosys, Wipro, HCL Tech, Tech Mahindra, and others, they have built massive revenue engines on top of predictable billing, low cost labor, and global demand for outsourcing. They thrived in an era where managing legal systems, migrating workloads, and maintaining SLLs was all that clients needed. But that game has changed. Generative AI and autonomous software agents threaten not just one vertical but the core delivery model of Indian IT itself. On the surface, the pivot is well underway. TCS boasts a pipeline of over 100 active generative AI projects. Infosys talks about its Topaz platform using edge and generative AI to power everything from customer support to infrastructure optimization. Wipro has launched its own AI 360 ecosystem and won major European deals, including a £500 million AI-led transformation for the Phoenix Group. HCL Tech is investing in AI-driven GCC expansion with a dedicated head and delivery center strategy. Every earnings call, every headline, and every deck is now packed with AI first language. But here's the first problem: how much of this is actual revenue and how much is rebanded legacy IT? Take TCS. Their generative AI wins are often embedded inside larger digital transformation projects that include cloud migration, infra support, or ERP modernization. The AI component is real, but it's very tiny. Infosys has spoken of an 80% accuracy conversational agent for a US financial client, which is impressive, but still it is anecdotal. Wipro's AI infrastructure pitch sounds transformative, but when you peel back the layers, it is still about using ML models to optimize existing IT ops pipelines. Most of these use cases are not replacing old revenue lines, they are reducing them. AI that automates testing, documentation, or monitoring is good for the client but bad for billing. The very tool that promises efficiency becomes a cannibal to the pyramid model that Indian IT depends on. And that is the core tension. If AI does what it promises, it flattens the pyramid. Fewer freshers, fewer mid-level managers, fewer hours billed. The old model, that is bill clients by the hour, pay engineers monthly, and manage the spread, starts to collapse. So what happens next? Let's look at where the disruption is most visible: the rise of agentic AI and the reinvention of global capability centers, or GCCs. Companies like Infosys and HCL Tech are pouring resources into GCC setups in Gift City and beyond. But the ask from clients has changed. The ask is no longer to set up 500 headcount. It is to build a product team with autonomy, own the outcomes, and deliver innovation. That is not a comfortable place for cost arbitrage business. GCCs want IP, speed, and senior leadership on site. Indian IT firms, still culturally wired to deliver against SLAs, are struggling to adapt to that. And add to that the AI talent war. India has about 800,000 AI professionals today. Demand is set to cross 1.5 million by 2026. But here's the rub: the best talent is going to OpenAI, ServerAI, or global product firms. Indian IT is left to reskill bench engineers in prompt engineering workshops, and that is not going to cut it. There is also a deeper strategic threat. As Microsoft, ServiceNow, and Salesforce embed LLMs into their core offerings, the need for custom development goes down. If a CIO can get an AI native infrastructure out of the box, why pay TCS or Infosys to build it from scratch? Indian IT risks being squeezed between low code automation platforms and high end SaaS. Yes, there are bright spots, but Infosys work in financial services, AI for example, and TCS in sustainability analytics, or Wipro's infra automation success in Europe. These are real, but they are also outliers. The bulk of revenue still comes from legacy, maintenance, and the more dependent a firm is on that, the greater the risk. So, what should investors do? Now, this is not the time to buy Indian IT as a basket. The divergence will be sharp. The more bloated a company with higher exposure to legacy deals, heavier bottom of the pyramid, and less clarity on productization, the more vulnerable it is. On the other hand, firms that can decouple revenue from headcount and can build or acquire true AI platforms and that can co-own IP with clients, those are the names to watch. Now, there are four things to keep an eye on. Number one, the ratio of AI revenue to total digital revenue. Number two, actual AI products or platforms being monetized, not just services. Number three, headcount flattening trends alongside margin movement. And number four, signals that firms are changing their pricing models to outcome based or license based billing. Because make no mistake, this is not just a tech shift, this is a whole business model upheaval. We are entering an era where Indian IT has to choose between protecting legacy cash flows and building a new AI first identity. Most will only talk the talk, only a few will actually walk the walk. This is the moment to watch who reinvents and who resists. If you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to subscribe, join our Telegram group, and check out the NISM 10th A course to go deeper into finance, regulation, and where the future is headed. See you in the next one.